There's a luxury habit the wealthy pour money into, quietly, deliberately, and almost none of them will say it out loud, because saying it out loud sounds shallow. Here's the strange part. The thing itself is free. You already own one. And yet the rich will spend $25,000 on it without blinking. The habit is treating your smile as an asset, an actual line item with a return on investment. Today I'm going to show you the real number behind that ROI, why the wealthy treat their teeth like a portfolio, and the part the whole industry would rather you not notice, why most of that payoff comes from something that costs you nothing at all. Now, this is a decode, not a sales pitch, and definitely not a doom spiral about your looks. This channel follows the incentive. And there's an incentive here that's real, measurable, a little unfair, and almost nobody explains it to regular people, while the wealthy quietly act on it every single day. So let's drag it into the light. No shame, just the machinery. Economists have a blunt, slightly uncomfortable name for this: the beauty premium, and the research is deep. Across many studies, more attractive people earn roughly 10 to 20% more than less attractive people doing the same work. One economist, Daniel Hammermesh, literally wrote the book on it. It's called Beauty Pays. His finding: better-looking people earn around $230,000 more over a lifetime than below-average-looking people. The flip side is a penalty. Being rated plain costs roughly 5 to 10% in pay. And here's the detail that kills the easy objection. You might think, sure, for a model or a salesperson, but the premium shows up for lawyers, for CEOs, jobs where a customer never sees your face. Which means this isn't just customers indulging a preference. Part of it is the person hiring you deciding, often without knowing they're deciding, that the better-looking candidate is also smarter, more competent, more trustworthy. Psychologists have a name for that too: the halo effect. What is beautiful is good. It's a bias. And biases, once you can see them, become levers. So, of all the things about a face, why does the title say it starts with a smile? Because of speed. Researchers at Princeton found your brain forms judgments about a stranger's trustworthiness and competence in about 1/10 of a second, faster than you can blink. And here's the key: your brain judges warmth before it judges competence. It asks, is this person safe, friendly, on my side? Before it asks, are they any good? And the single loudest warmth signal a human face can send is a smile. The data backs it hard. In one national study, 76% of people ranked a smile as the #1 physical trait in a first impression, ahead of eyes, clothes, hair. 68% said people who smile seem more trustworthy and confident. And when researchers showed people the same faces with straight versus crooked teeth, the straight teeth version was rated 45% more likely to get hired for the same job, and far more likely to be seen as successful, even as wealthy. Same person, different teeth, different assumed life. It even reaches into hiring before you've said a word. One study found a better profile photo pulled in around 38% more interview invitations. So when the wealthy obsess over their smile, they're not being vain. They've noticed that a huge chunk of how the world sorts you happens in that first 1/10 of a second, and the smile is the lever that moves it. Okay, so how much do they actually spend on this free thing? Cosmetic dentistry is a $35 billion industry. A single porcelain veneer runs $900 to $2,500, and nobody gets one. A full Hollywood smile set of 6 to 8 runs, $12,000 to $25,000. Invisalign, $3,000 to $8,000. In-office whitening, a few hundred a session. And from the wealthy person's point of view, the math is cold and kind of rational. If a better smile buys you even a sliver of a $230,000 lifetime premium, plus better first meetings, better negotiations, more doors, then $25,000 isn't a splurge. It's a trade. That's the luxury habit. They're not buying pretty teeth. They're buying the premium. And they'd rather you think it's just vanity, because vanity is something you dismiss instead of copy. But here's where it gets interesting, and where I promised you the thing the industry glosses over. Because most of that payoff does not come from the porcelain. Remember, your brain reads warmth first in 1/10 of a second, and warmth doesn't come from perfect enamel. It comes from a genuine smile. Scientists even have a term, a Duchenne smile, the real one that reaches your eyes. And here's the twist that should make you sit up. The brain is built to detect a fake one. In studies, people who used a forced, nervous smile to cover anxiety were judged as less competent than people who didn't smile at all. A $25,000 set of veneers worn over a hidden self-conscious, close-mouthed non-smile buys you almost none of the premium. A real, open, unguarded smile, the free one, captures most of it. And one more thing, gently, because it matters. The research is clear that you are almost always your own harshest critic about your teeth. The gap, the slight crowding, the shade you've stared at in the mirror for years, the person across the desk usually doesn't even register it. The thing actually costing you the premium isn't your teeth, it's hiding them. The covered mouth, the closed lip photo, the turned-away laugh. That habit is the expensive one. Let me be straight with you, because decoding a bias is not the same as endorsing it. This premium is unfair. It's Lookism, a real form of bias baked into how humans judge each other, and the world would be better without it. I'm not telling you your worth is your face. It isn't. And I'm not telling you to go finance a smile makeover. That's a personal, sometimes medical decision. And this is a channel about seeing the game clearly, not a dentist's waiting room. In fact, here's the most reassuring finding in all of this. When researchers control for confidence and sociability, a big slice of the beauty premium disappears, meaning what's really getting rewarded is the warmth and confidence, not the bone structure, which is the best possible news, because warmth and confidence are the parts you can actually access for free. So here's the outsider move, the version of the rich person's habit that doesn't require their bank account. 1. Stop hiding it. This is the single biggest free upgrade in this whole video. If you've trained yourself to smile closed-lipped, to cover your mouth, to dodge photos, that suppression is reading as coldness to everyone around you. And it's costing you more than any gap ever could. Let the real one out. That's step 1, and it's $0. 2. Maintain the foundation cheaply. A great smile starts with a healthy one, not the flashiest procedure. A professional cleaning runs $75 to $200. Whitening trays from a dentist, a couple hundred. These capture a real chunk of the cared-for signal for a rounding error next to 25 grand. 3. Treat the expensive stuff as an investment decision, not a vanity purchase, if you ever consider it at all. Veneers, aligners. That's optional, personal, and only worth it run as cold ROI, eyes open, never as I'm not good enough as I am. So that's the luxury habit the rich won't talk about. It was never really about the teeth. It's that they figured out your smile is an asset, that the world quietly prices it in the first 1/10 of a second, before you've said a word, and they decided to stop leaving that value on the table. The expensive version is theirs to buy. But the part that actually moves the needle, the genuine, unhidden, warm smile, you already own it. The only real luxury was knowing it counts. Now you do. If this made you rethink what you're leaving on the table, that's the whole channel. We decode the incentives the comfortable would rather you never see. Tell me in the comments, what's a free advantage you think people overlook? Some of the best episodes start there. See you in the next one.